Starbucks was founded by Jerry Bowling, Gordon Booker, and Zeb Siegel, opening its first store in 1971 across the street from historic Pike Place Market in Seattle, Washington. During this time, the company only sold roasted whole coffee beans and did not yet brew coffee to sell. Nowadays, Starbucks became the largest coffee house chain in the world. Its operations include upwards of 7,300 coffee shops and kiosks in the United States and nearly 3,000 in 34 other countries, with the largest numbers located in Japan, Canada, the United Kingdom, China, Taiwan, South Korea, the Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, Mexico, Australia, Germany, and New Zealand. It also wholesales its coffee to restaurants, businesses, education and healthcare institutions, hotels, and airlines. Through a joint venture with Pepsi Cola Company, Starbucks bottles Frappuccino beverages and the Starbucks Double Shot espresso drink and sells them to supermarkets and convenience and drugstores. Through a partnership with Kraft Foods, the company sells Starbucks whole bean and ground coffee into grocery, warehouse club, and mass merchandise stores. A third joint venture with Trios Grand Ice Cream develops super premium coffee ice creams and distributes them into U.S. supermarkets. From a single small store that opened in 1971 to its status as 21st century gourmet coffee giant, Starbucks has led to a coffee revolution in the United States and beyond. Nowadays, more and more people are pre-ordering their Starbucks through the company's mobile app. Starbucks is now processing more than 6 million mobile order and pay transactions per month. In 2016, reported by NBC, Starbucks posted the strongest growth during its critical morning business in the U.S. in more than 5 years, and the mobile order and pay app was the single biggest contributor to that growth. In 2017, 27% of transactions at U.S. convenience stores were paid using Starbucks mobile app, while 7% of total transactions were ordered in advance via the same app. The higher those numbers go, the more Starbucks is able to build loyalty among customers and, more importantly, increase demand for its food and drinks.
Starbucks has a vertical integrated supply chain, which means they are involved from the very first step of watching the beans grow to the last step of watching the beans get brewed. These steps include finding a farmer, conditioning and roasting the beans, packaging and delivering the beans, and lastly, getting them into the shops all around the country and world. Starbucks believes that the more involved they are, the better their product will be. They have great relationships with their farmers and even created a standard for their farmers called CAF. This stands for Coffee and Farmer Equity Standards. They did this to make sure that even their farmers are treating their employees right. And they believe that if they have a better relationship with their farmers, they will get quality and better beans every time. However, one thing Starbucks can't control is climate change. Climate change has been a big concern for Starbucks over the years. The effects of climate change are hitting farmers hard everywhere, and if they cannot produce agricultural products such as coffee beans, many goods will become harder to find. Between hurricanes, extreme temperatures, and excessive amount of rain, farmers in Central America are struggling. Studies have shown that because of all these conditions, half of all the areas that were once suitable for coffee bean growth will be gone by 2050. This means that coffee bean prices are going to increase if nothing changes, which in turn will come back to the consumer's pocket. Because Starbucks' product is mainly just coffee, they have decided to get in front of the issue. To reduce their supply of beans dropping dangerously low, they have put millions of dollars towards getting farmers loans to rebuild and restore their land and environment.
Market demand can be defined as the need by all consumers of a given food or service. Weather can be one factor that affects the demand for coffee. If the weather is cold, then people will want coffee to warm up, and Starbucks demand will increase. But if the weather is hot, then people won't want coffee and their demand will decrease. However, what happens when it's summertime and nobody wants their hot chocolate? How does Starbucks keep their demand up? Well, over the years, they have added new goods on their menu so people can substitute their hot beverages with cold ones, like a caramel frappe. Coffee may have been how Starbucks started, but it's not the only product they sell. Starbucks also sell and use complement goods for their coffee. Complement goods are goods and services that are used together. A couple of examples would be the coffee and pastries they sell. This would be two complement goods. Their coffee and free Wi-Fi would be a complement good and service. Free Wi-Fi is a popular complement service many businesses use because of how it increases demand. This Starbucks especially benefits off this because of its regular student customers. They also benefit off their Apple Pay service. This allows them to prevent lost profits from customers who forget their credit cards or don't have any cash on them.